Today we're gonna upgrade a camper. Yes, a camper. So it's summer. We all want to go out there outdoors and want to take our needs, which is more like, our little kitchens, our little accessories, and some electronics. And you don't want to rough it out, but this is a perfect way. So today we're actually gonna go pick up a camper, and we're gonna show you some of the process it goes through. Not only that, we're going to see other options that they have. They have these great options that you could add to certain trucks. Now, not every truck is going to be the same, but this company that we went out there could do a lot of that stuff for any truck. In fact, we got it for this Toyota, and at first, it's something that they just don't sell everywhere. But this company here, Go Fast Camper, was the one that he purchased from. A friend of mine purchased it, and they were able to deliver it in San Diego and install it there. Now, there's going to be additional fees for all that stuff. This is a long video, but I hope that whoever's watching this gets informative information. Maybe it goes down and it gives some of the support to these people, because they're great stuff that you see inside. All right, let's take a look at all the options they have. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm going to show you guys the first trailer here, all right? Check this out, all right? This is what we're looking at. We're going to go through all of them. We're going to go through this one first. This one has a handle here. You can hand yourself here. Steps in here. Step up. Go in here. Watch your head when you come in here. But this one has a bed on here. There's no running water or anything. This is the actual pop-up, if you guys can see that. But look at this. Got a little vent up there. This is a good rough, and there's a battery system here to run some of the stuff. You can see inside the truck when you're in the truck. You could probably sleep like a couple more people in here. I'm not sure what the number in here. But I'm gonna give you guys the price in a bit on this one. This one's about, couldn't see the price.
I would have done it eventually. I'm just busy doing work.
This is about $25,000. What you're looking at. That's the price that we have in here. And they have all these things that come in here. Have little windows. This is nice. Pops up. Want to add it to your truck. Now to get out, you do have a net here. Drop down nets. This is cover for weather, double cover. All right, this is the first one we're looking at. Like I said, it's a pop-up. I said price is $25,000 on this one, not including taxes and installation and the pop-up. Gas tanks on the side panel. So that's how high it is. Got light out there on top. 25. All right, let's take a look at the other one. This one right here. Let's take a look at the price first. All right, we're looking at 35 on this one. What does this include? Also pop-up. Get your own steps, because this is going to be high, all right? But look at what you're greeted here. You're greeted with your electrical panel, air conditioner, little cooler, stove. You have a little stove, table for two, sleeping quarters, sleeping area here too, converted, pop-up, ventilation here, smoke detectors, dual coverage too. You got this to cover all your windows. And you can see where it actually meets the seams. It closes down. You got water module, power module, which is this system here, and seating module, of course. And this thing, you could add, it looks like you could add another part of the bed too. So you could stretch it even more here too. And this becomes a bed. A lot of areas to save stuff. You guys can see that. Cooler. Nice little cooler. You could buy this separate, but I think this is Runs a propane probably. I'm not quite sure, or electrical. I gotta find out more. You got a couple of little panels here, little stove, utility module, fridge module, and seating module. They even have everything lined up for you guys. So this is not bad. This is actually $35,000, but not including taxes or installation. Look at that. Door, lock. Let's look at the side. You have your entry for your power. The module pop-ups. It's nice. This is nice. Alright, we're not sure about this price one right here, but we're going to take a look at it. This is actually a little larger. It looks a little larger. Looks a little deeper too. So I'm going to take a look at this one. To get up here, it's a little higher. But you're greedy with the fridge here. A couple modules over here. Seating area right included right in the right. Get up there. It's a little hard to get up here, but we got up here. You got your sleeping quarters, which is a little deeper. It goes way back. You got your sink, your stove, all your modules, your connections, your power, seating area. Gonna rough it out. This is perfect. Your panels, pop up. Like I said, pop up on this one. I'm gonna find out the price, guys. I don't know yet. This fridge panel, lock. Every single panel is included here, including little area here where you have it. And we're gonna go back so I can show you guys a little bit more of the outside too. You also have your power module in here. You guys can see that side pop up. That's this one right here that we're looking at. Let's take a look at another one. 35, 36, somewhere on there, but this is a $37,000 one. We're gonna take a look at this one. We have some stairs that you can build up yourself, but this one's a little slimmer. I'm gonna show you guys. You have a bench here to greet you on here. Beautiful bench. This one. This will be a seating area too, and no table in here. It's just a seating area, but you have a shorter bed. Also converts this one into a bed too. Have a couple of shelves. I think the other one was a little more higher end than this one. This one has the same module as the other one right next to it. And there's pricing for adding different kind of things, all right? 5 feet, 27,000. 6 feet, 27,000 plus price and all that stuff. So they give you different lineups, so you could take one of these. I'm gonna take one of these so you guys can see a little bit more details of what type of trucks you can put it on. But beautiful attachment here. Modules for your electrical, your water, and your cooking, and also a fridge too. So this is a pop-up one right here. And on the side, you do have windows. You have electrical on the other side. Real nice, tall. I'm gonna take a look at the high-end version of it. Look at this. This thing is really high. Take a look at it. Beautiful entrance. This is a larger entrance. This is probably one of the largest ones from all of them here. This is their high-end version of it. So let's take a look at it. Greet it. Space from the outside too. Electrical module. Here. This one actually has solar panels. You can't see them, but they're on the top. Has a pop-up right here on the top in their entrance. Oh, look at this. Seated place for 2 to 4 people, maybe the most. You got 2 stoves, all right? This looks like propane here. Water, your electrical module, and then you got a fridge here too. Oh, toilet. This is actually a toilet right here. The fridge was right here. I'm sorry, the fridge is right here. Electrical module. Large seating area and space to sleep on. Dual insulation on this one. You got the cover, and then you got the plastic version of it. plenty of lights. You got LED lights, I noticed. Ventilation here and ventilation here. Mirror. Big large entrance light, and then glass. Windows, window, and then you got these 2 other windows too. Control panels. Storage area. Storage. Electrical, water. All this. Everything locks. Connections. This is where it acts like a shower here too. So you could drain things in here. I believe there's a drain here for water. Indoor or outdoor. And then of course you have the compost toilet they have in here. You have this other thing that opens up, which is a privacy tent here in the toilet. It's actually electrical. It's built in. Not bad. You got storage spaces here in some other areas. Has a magnetic locks. The slide out. This actually slides out some more. You can see it here where it slides out some more. So you can have some more room. Those covers could go on the end. You could sleep a lot more people that want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 8 people in this. And then this also converts into bed too. Even more. So fishing trips. Nice little kitchen. This is probably the best kitchen I've seen from all of them. Tables removable because there's also a shower, like I said. Alright. You would have to hang things in here to make sure that the water drains out. That looks like a drain. That's what I'm saying. I'm not quite sure, but I have to find out some more. But that's what it looks like to me. Beautiful. Ground. I didn't even mention the ground. Nice and rough, and so you won't slip off in case the car's moving or something. Plenty of electrical, ventilations, air conditioning. Module's running right now. Power is running. Power controls. Nice. This is real nice, luxurious little camper. Not to mention, you have the controllers here too. Your radio, other stuff, and not radio, but the pop-up information stuff, because this is an electrical pop-up too. But you got the handles here. Nice doors. This is the high-end version. Mention the side, and you also have lights on the outside. Pop-up little lights for night. I like this. This is a plus to have some maybe outdoor kitchen or barbecue equipment in here, store here. There's a lot more on this theme vehicle. Power converters and all that stuff goes through here. You got another module here, another box out here. Nice. Let me give you guys a little bit more info about that one, right? But first of all, something I didn't point out. These are all sliders. That means you could actually slide them into an existing truck. All these right here are sliders. This one too. This one you're gonna have to convert your truck. That means you have to remove the back end. And we're looking at a maybe 40 on this one. But you're gonna have to remove the whole back end on this one. It's not a slider. If you want that large one, you have to remove it, and this is what they do here. They actually remove the entire thing in here, but this is what they're doing. They remove the whole thing. They're gonna put that on you. Now if you want a slider, it's gonna look like this. And this is a 4.1. This is a 250 or a 350 F1 350 on this one. And look at this one, the Tacoma. They have different modules. These are like a pop-up too. But this is more like a camping one. This is beautiful right here. Look at that. They even have, oh, look at this guy added it, his water thing. That's beautiful. He has his axe, power module, and all doors pop up. They have tents kind of feeling here with the net. This is a custom built, all right? You customize this?
Yeah, I make them all.
You make them all?
In San Diego,
What's the name of your business?
Philstram.
Philstram.
So here's a little if you had it on your truck,
Yeah.
and I saw your truck, you'd get one of these.
Oh, okay.
It basically says, hey, we saw you.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Anything else you make?
So I do the front and rear bags, and then this mesh, this bag up top, so you can toss all your pillows and bedding and everything else up there. So it basically keeps your truck bed clear,
Right.
and you can make sure your pillow is not soaking wet or dirty and stays up here.
Gotcha.
And then when you pop the tent, there's also an interior storage pouch.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it connects to the headliner.
So this one actually expands another, how many more feet?
It goes.
I mean, it's like 8 feet tall.
8 feet
So
tall.
you're sitting in the, or standing in the actual truck bed.
This is nice. Look at that.
But yeah, it's good storage for like the inside of the tent.
Power.
Book and stuff like that. Yeah, these are.
This is a custom built on this part.
No, I was like, this is dope. I mean, honestly, it's
Yeah.
a sick car, dude.
I was like, I don't want to make business cards.
Yeah, well, do you want to give? I don't.
January 2023.
Okay, so a little while.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you're good. These are for dropping these off to someone today. So it's for like a Nissan.
Okay.
That fits a little weird, but yeah, these are. They basically, you can access all your stuff on the inside. Hold like
That's sick, huh?
switch,
That's rad, dude.
then like quick grab, stuff like that.
Stuff that's maybe wet.
Yeah, yeah, true. It would-
Yeah. So just breathe a little bit. Maybe some surf gloves. I don't know. I don't know if we live in that cold of weather, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Not here.
And then this one just pops in. Yeah, exactly. This one comes here. Sweet, dude. What was your name?
James.
James. Yeah. That's like it's perfect.
Perfect for hunting, fishing.
That's how it works.
Nothing. It's a rough version of it. I
Not
like
putting stuff.
how you did your water tank and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. Yeah.
I mean,
Moving it out.
that's what's
Yeah.
nice about the GSC.
How about if you get or the camper goes in? This is where we're gonna upgrade right now. See,
Yeah.
all right, check out this one out. I'll move out of the way. Go. You want to see state of the art one and get out of Dodge or Apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse? This is it, guys. Look at this. We're not gonna be able to see the inside because this is a private, personal owned. But I'm just gonna show you some of the outside and some of the work they do here. All right. Now this one's not a slide out, unfortunately. This you're gonna have to modify the entire chassis in the back. But this is perfect. He has a 250 Ford 250 in here, but this one's beautiful. You could add your solar panels on this one. Has a drop down module here. This is could be for biking or other things you want to set up, or even get to the top. Look at the module, the pop-up module on the side of it. And not only that, it extends a little bit more because this is a sleeping quarters here. When it pops up, sleeping quarters, it pops up another 4 or 5 feet. So you're gonna have plenty of walking space in there. To get up here, there's a pop-up stairs. You can see them. I think they're in here and close in here. Pop them out, hook them up to these 2 bars here. All right, steel bars, not aluminum. Module pop-up. You got plenty of hooks to hook up. Your power intakes, your water intakes. You even have USBs out here. You guys can see that, and they're all locked. Except for these 2. This seems like it could slide out, maybe pop out a little bit more. I'm not quite sure, but there's a bar here. Module water, in case you need water hose on the outside. Look at that. Man, this guy has the main, and then he has a girl from Frozen with a dinosaur. 4-wheel camper. Beautiful. State of the art. Get out of Dodge. Alright, this is a slider, guys, but look at this one compared to that one. It's a lot smaller, but I kind of like this one. Less windows on here, modules on the side, electrical on that. Got rack rails here, LED lights on the side. You got water intakes and electrical power. This guy has a full, pop-up tire, extra bucket. You You can put stuff in there, maybe barbecue stuff or something outdoor stuff. This is a nice one here. Now we're gonna install one of these. You guys can see on this system here, on this car here. And these are not sliders, they just pop up on the top, right? But if you want a slider, this is the place to be. Four-wheel camper, San Diego. Bezos Garage. These out, right? This is like a $20,000 one. This is without the truck right now, but it's also pop-up in here. Sliders ready for your solar panels connection. You're missing the solar panels and the actual module system for the actual control, because that's going to be part of your expense. But this is a more rugged, rough rail system. You could add your pop-up tent here on the other side. Not electrical, it's manual pop-up, but it's ready to go. 2 vents on this one. Look at these. This is a smaller one. Go faster camper. Smaller, but it'll fit on the smaller trucks. This is for larger trucks, but it kind of overhangs. You could actually put it on pretty much anything. It will look something like this, exactly like this. You guys can see that module. It's the same one, similar to this one, but it's a little taller on the reinforcement on the sides. He's setting it up on top. They just did a crane the same way, bringing it back up. So that means once it's up there, because it's heavy, it's not easy to move. Right, this is how it looks like right now. It's still not completed. They still have to bolt some of the stuff down, but this is the actual pop-up system. And they're gonna give us a rundown on how it works.
This stuff, pick it up. And as far as mounting goes, we've got 4 mounting points that are fully billet aluminum.
Okay.
The lower half you're just going to tie into your factory T-track,
Okay.
just with a T-nut in here, and then it through bolts with that bolt you see down the bottom. And then the upper half is actually going to through bolt directly to the GFC's tube structure.
Okay.
And the one bolt that does the main work of holding this thing down is this up and down guy right here.
Right.
So we put blue Loctite in there and torque it to 40 foot-pounds. And then you'll see there's a red stripe of torque paint on the top of each one of these. And that line connects from the bolt onto the bracket.
Okay.
So basically there's that line, if it ever breaks, it's just a visual that the bolt came loose.
Okay.
So you don't ever need to check it with a torque wrench or anything. You can just look at it every once in a while
Right.
and make sure all these are staying tight and the lines are intact.
Okay.
And you'll see that GFC does the same thing with all their assembly hardware.
Right.
So all those little red dots, if they're ever in 2 separate places, then it came loose.
Okay.
I've literally never seen them come loose before, even after crazy off-road use and stuff, so you should be just fine. But just a peace of mind kind of thing. Also throughout the inside you have those gold holes. They're all around the tubes on top and bottom, and those are all for accessory mounting.
Okay.
So they have a 5/16 thread pitch. Nothing crazy heavy, I will say, just because they're pressed into the surface of this tube.
Okay.
But some popular stuff is people will put nets along the front if they want to hold clean bed gear out of the way of their dirty camping stuff, or I know there's some third-party companies out there that make molly panels.
Right.
But if you ever have seen the GFC forum, there's tons of conversations on there
Okay.
about what people are doing on the inside of these. But my recommendation is just get out and use it, see what you actually want. You
Right,
might be
yeah.
totally satisfied as is.
Right.
But just figure out the little things that you might want to do with this thing after some use for sure.
How much weight on the top can you hold?
So on the roof with the,
Yeah.
if you put the beef racks on there,
Yeah.
you can hold, I think it's roughly 300 to 400 pounds up there. Any more, then you just start messing with the strength of the struts and stuff. The toppers that don't have the tent portion,
Yeah.
those have something close to 700 or something like that, pretty high weight capacity. But yeah, I mean up here, anything you're going to be putting canoes or even hauling wood or surfboards or anything like that, it'll be just fine. All you need is a couple of those GFC roof rack pieces, and those just tie into that factory GFC.
How are you gonna get up there, Tom?
You know, just that hardware and stuff, and they have tons of other accessories. That
How is this guy gonna get up there?
Oh, we got a little pass-through right here.
Oh yeah?
Hop right up in there. Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'll just slide this piece out. This is your
Okay.
headliner. So up in the tent area, you'll see that there's a Velcro pieces that are already using 3M adhesive to attach this piece directly to the roof.
Okay.
But now this is a full pass-through. We'll pick it up, push it out of the way.
Okay.
And then once you're standing up in there, it's really easy. You can kind of use like the rail as a step in a way. It's really easy to just hop on up to there. And then they do sell a ladder as well if you're ever interested in that.
Right.
That hooks onto the outside. You can climb up through those side doors.
Okay.
So that pass-through is pretty sweet. You're able to move this square and then also this rectangle piece as well.
Okay.
And you can rearrange them any way you like. So you can have the rectangle on the side or the back. But only restriction is you just have to put this piece down first, because there's this lip right here that the squares sit on top of.
Right.
But yeah, whatever way you orient it, set that down first, put your squares in, and then you're in business.
Oh, this is
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing down here is going to be the wiring. So you've got that lighting kit in this new Pro model. So there's 4 LEDs. They aren't wired right now. So they end up with this connector. It's a barrel connector. And then in your passenger seat, I've set an adapter that will plug into this, and then it's a cigarette plug.
Okay.
So any sort of like power bank, GFC sells one, but then also there's like Jackery and Goal Zero and all these other brands that make just power banks that you have USB ports and cigarette plugs. That's going to be your best friend in terms of powering this stuff.
Right.
Just because you're not draining the battery if you're at camp for days on end.
A question, is there attachments similar to some of them I see that they have ready for solar panels, or is that a different attachment you have to put?
GFC, I don't believe makes like a specific solar panel mounting. So like what we do here at our shop, we make a lot of like custom 12-volt power systems and stuff. We'll outfit a GFC with their reef racks, the same little roof racks that they sell. And we actually have our own brackets to mount a Red Arc solar panel up on the roof. And it actually slings the solar panel just below the surface
I saw
of the roof racks.
the ones that you have over there. That's why I was like, okay, do they have customized?
Yeah,
But
but there's a lot of solar solutions for these once you get those roof racks for sure.
How many can you fit up there? People?
They say like on their website 2.5 people.
Yeah.
So like 2 people and a dog, or 2
Yeah,
people and like
yeah.
a small kid or something. But I would say like 2 people is going to be very comfortable.
Yeah.
Anything more than that, you start throwing animals or kids up there, it does get a little tough.
Does it have a brake light connected too on this one?
So there's a third brake light right here that just ends right here with this connector. So they aren't wired from the factory just because every single truck is different. So it kind of becomes a scheduling nightmare.
So what does he need to upgrade to get it connected to his brake light?
So for the third gen Tundras are actually kind of the reason why none of them are connected. This and like Raptors and stuff, there's a lot of like
They don't have power?
a lot smarter taillights than they're used to.
Oh, yeah.
Newer Toyotas and Fords.
You might have to eat off this power probably, huh?
Yes, but also a solution is going into the cab behind that third brake light. So people have pulled the headliner down on these and tapped into the wire that goes up into the cab, because for some reason these trucks have a really smart computer in them, and it doesn't send power to a light when you tap into just the taillights or something. So in your seat, it'll plug in here, and then it'll have a cigarette plug on the end of it. So it's just an adapter that's in a plastic bag. Yeah.
Get a Easy Flow power
EcoFlow?
thing. EcoFlow
Yeah,
there. Those are really good.
Yeah.
The best ones in the market right now. I
Totally,
see.
yeah. Big fan
And
of
they have
EcoFlow.
big voltages, low voltages, whatever. One of those for the whole entire month almost. You can run it, that large one then.
Yeah. They have
I have one. That's
Okay,
what
cool.
I have.
The wiring is there's also LED lights up in your sleeping area. It's one master power, so you don't have to plug them in separately, but they're separately switched. So this controller right here will only control the low half, and then there's another one up top. So that way if someone's sleeping and you want to turn these on, you're not just blasting them with light. But that's pretty much it down here. We can stay on the tailgate and we can check out what's going on the top half. And then use carabiners to basically roll it up and then hold it up into place. Yeah, and then that's gonna be mostly it as far as this stuff goes. You have your controller for your lights right there. And the light is tucked all the way in the top corner up there.
See it?
And yeah, you have you can tuck your headliner up in there whenever
this is
you
the
want. Yeah,
headliner,
so
right.
there's 3 carpet pieces that will just use that flat that Velcro and just stick right up there. And yeah, I mean, it's super simple.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Cleaning it because it's gonna get dirty. No pressure wash. What do you recommend? Because that's
Just like when you're washing the exterior of this thing.
the exterior of this.
Definitely gonna try to avoid a drive-through car wash.
Okay.
But I mean, just hand wash is gonna be the best method. And one thing I will say, whenever you're washing this thing, you don't have to do it every time, but try and wash the roof. I noticed that the roofs last a lot longer when people are cleaning them regularly. Because obviously it's extreme cases, but I see people that like park their truck outside and then they're under a tree or something, and it gets pretty messed up when it's just sitting, getting beat by the sun, and it just gets really dirty. it starts to like bubble and stuff after like a long period of time of just kind of that abuse.
Is that a
So-
window right there in the corner? Or
Yeah,
just
so
a
that'll
small-
unzip and then you can look
Nice.
outside. The screen doesn't open on the front two triangle windows, but all the rest can be opened fully to climb in or out.
You got plenty of carabines, so you could hang your lamps too,
Yeah.
extra lamps.
And
your
those can be
radio.
used when you roll these up. You can use the carabiner or the buckle to hold them up in place as well. So yeah.
nice.
If you want to pop down, I can slide this back in place and show you how to shut this guy down too. Yeah, here I can slide it down. Yeah.
So he's putting back that on.
When I'm shutting this down, I'll just come down to these bottom corners. I don't close it all the way because it is much easier to bring the lid down when there's room for all this air to escape.
Okay.
And then now I just give it a grab right around this region. Start pulling down. I'll grab this lip once I can reach. And then push these latches inward.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a first pass and just let this fall all the way down. We're not worried about the canvas yet. So that just gets all the air out. And we'll pop back up a little bit. And then I'll grab these corners, kind of bring them towards the middle. And then I'll hit them pretty hard. And that just does a really good job of folding this material in. And then we can push all the screw stuff in. Just keep checking whenever. Make sure that your canvas is all inside.
Reference, right?
And then I'll pop these out. I just set a bunch of body weight on here to kind of set it down into place. And then you just hold down from the top, get this flush, and then hit it right in.
Okay.
And then same thing here. Push all the way down, hit it in, and now it's engaged on that pin. So you're all shut down. And just one more.
Anything I need to check before, say I close it down, or before like I get on the road? Is this the main latch?
Yeah, just make sure these are fully engaged on this pin. And besides that, just try and make sure that your canvas isn't sticking out. It's really not the end of the world, but it's just better that you're not pinching
And you
it.
recommend putting this one back where it was, this thing,
So
or just keep it
we
freely?
can just we can leave it here if you guys don't mind, but it'll stay full time up in that
Yeah.
in that roof area. But it's no biggie to have it hanging down here. When I'm closing the rear half, always tailgate first, and then upper half, because you see that tailgate seal folds really nicely and keeps water from coming in.
Oh, that's nice. Can you redo that one? I didn't see it from here. I'm sorry. I want to see that lip again.
Comes right down.
Do the lip. That's
So yeah,
good.
this does a really good job of sealing the rear part. And there's one singular piece of bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We have keys edition here. For all keys. Pop them out. Like that. Pop it back in. Lock it. Unlock it. Okay, for the actual setup, additional is a cable. This is a lighter to give power to the camper for the LED lights. If you don't have a battery, extended battery, this will be it. He also got an additional parts for his camper part to bring on the top, because this is going to help him out reach it. 99.6 of you are not subscribers in my channel. I hope that the content helps you out and that you find it very useful, and I hope you hit the like and subscribe.